Stocks finishing the day on a weak note after Federal Reserve left interest rates untouched. But what about the Federal Reserve saying about Europe did cause some uneasiness in the markets? Deborah Kostroun is at the NYSE with more. Deborah?
Thanks a lot, Pam. Yes, and after the Fed made their statement, stocks kind of all over the map after that statement. So really kind of gave us a mixed interpretation of what the Fed said and how traders really interpreted it. Overall, traders saying that the Fed statement as expected, and of course the Fed saying they would keep those interest rates low. That's good for stocks. The Fed, however, saying that the debt crisis in Europe may harm American growth, and that was actually mildly negative, according to traders, Pimm.
Now, Deborah, we began the trading day with that disappointing read on new home sales. What are traders saying about that report? And also energy stocks losing at the end of the day, along with crude oil, right?
Yes, certainly. Those new home sales falling in May to a record low, mainly as the tax credit expired. That shows that the American housing market really remains dependent on government support. And traders saying those housing numbers certainly very ugly, something that we heard yesterday and we heard again today, that we may see a double dip in housing. Now, moving on to energy, crude oil falling for a second day after those supplies gained. We were expecting a drop in supplies instead of a gain. Crude oil finishing the day $75.85 a barrel. Energy stocks, the biggest drags in the market, Pimm.
Nike, well, what did we learn from Nike, Deborah Kostroun, because they released their earnings report after the market closed and sellers moving in?
You know, we do have the stock moving lower here in extended trading. Fourth quarter profit, however, rose 53%. Revenue increased in North America. That's a good story. Oh, we do have the stock actually moving just slightly higher now. We are seeing a little bit of movement in the stock. This stock was sharply lower earlier, just a few moments ago. Sales projections, however, that did not, sales really trailed projections, and that's one of the reasons that the stock was a little bit lower, but looks like we're recovering there. Bed Bath & Beyond on the losing end as well after releasing their earnings. First quarter earnings beat estimates, but they did say their yearly forecast was a little bit lower, and we do have Bed Bath & Beyond actually moving higher now. So both those stocks, looks like, Pimm, seeing a lot of recovery here in the last few minutes. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Deborah Kostroun, reporting from the New York Stock Exchange.